What's up, gang? It's Kyle Reedstrom with Midwest Invest Realty Group, and I wanted to give you a market update. You guys, I always love when there's a new month because that means I get to look back at the stats from the last month, which is March 2024. Guys, on my screen here, you'll see this is the MLS. I get to pull stats right off of this because I'm a good old real estate agent, and if you're a numbers nerd, this stuff just speaks to me. So I'm going to ignore some of the graphs here. I don't want to get you in the weeds right away. But you guys, when I'm looking at market stats, I look for three things because this is what I get asked about a lot. I'm looking for appreciation. I want to know what the market's appreciating at. Number two, I want to know if the market is up or down. That's another question I get a lot that I like to know too. And then I want to understand inventory. Is this a seller's market? Is this a buyer's market? And I'm going to show you what I look for a little bit. I want to start off with right here, if you follow my screen, I'm going to get into absorption rate, okay? So absorption rate is the concept that if everything stopped, no more listings hit the market, how many listings, how long would the current inventory last? And, you know, usually we see in our market, as this creeps closer to 4 months, 5 months, it gets to be a heavy buyer's market. We've been under 3 for absorption rate for a long time. And you can see here, if we're looking at these stats, last year in March, we were at about 2.2. This year in March, we're at a 2.88. So we've seen that increase about 30%. Year to date, for 2023, our absorption rate was around 2.19 all year. And in 2024, so far, it's been around 2.8. So those numbers kind of follow each other up. Our absorption rate is up about 30%, which means we have a little more inventory in our market than we did last year. Okay, so that's the first thing I like to know. That kind of tells me a little bit about where our inventory is at. I've got some other stats for you too. Okay, I want to get into appreciation. Median home price. You'll see here, I like median better than average because the median kind of throws out some of those big outliers, high or low. So median, I want to look at the year to date. Our median price point in 2023 was $272,000. In 2024, our median has been $289,000. That's up about 6%. So when I get asked about appreciation overall in our whole market, I like to say we're a steady Betty 2.5 to 3. This shows us so far year to date, from last year to date to this year to date, we're up about 6%. So our market continues to appreciate in value. Guys, I remember when these numbers were down closer to like 185, 212. We keep gaining ground with a median price point in our market, which is interesting, and it's really comforting for homeowners out there that through everything that's happening, our market still continues to chug along. Okay. The other thing with is the market up or down? Okay, I want to take you to this stat. I'm going to go down to this column, sold listings. So I'm going to look at what's sold, and I'm going to look at the year-to-date stats like we did. Okay, so last year, through this time last year, 447 homes had sold. This year, 467 homes have sold. So our market is technically up 4.5%. So even though that our inventory is a little higher, and generally that would mean the market slows just a hair, our sold inventory, how many houses have been sold year to date through March, quarter one, is our market is up 4.5%. So real estate agents, you might even be thinking, oh, it's maybe been a little slow this year, or quarter one's been our market's actually up. So that should tell you something about the activity that's happening. But I want to say when I look to month, and this is just looking at March 23 versus March 24. In March 23, we had 197 homes sell. And this year, in March, we had 180. So that's down about 8%. So March was a little slower in general, but overall, the market is up about 4.5%. Okay, I think that's kind of interesting. Now, that's sold listings. I also like to look at new listings. So if we go down here, and don't let me lose you in the weeds. I know this is nerdery, but it's fun. New listings, year to date, we've had a lot. We've had about 16% more new listings hit the market than last year through this time. And in March, we're actually down again. So that kind of follows the trend. We've had less new listings in March than there were in March last year, with the weather and everything, that's kind of surprising to me. Because it's such temperate weather that I thought more activity might happen in the market, and last winter was a tough one. And then active listing inventory. Okay, so our active listings are stuff that's on the market and hasn't quite sold yet. We're up about 9%, 9.5% to what's still on the market, right? And year to date through last year, we're up about 5%. So we have more active listings on the market right now. So real quick, getting back to why I talk about these stats. What I want you to know is appreciation is up. Like I said, my stat right here, we're up about 6% in appreciation. So our homes are increasing in value. The market is actually up about 4.5%, okay, from sold from last year to this year. And as far as inventory goes, we're getting more inventory in the market. Buyers, this is good news for you. There's opportunity when there's more inventory for you to have more negotiation because there's more options for you. It turns more into a buyer's market the closer this number gets to 3 and then 4 and then 5. Once you get over 6 in our market for absorption rate, it really gets to be a slow market. So these are fun stats to look at. I hope this 6-minute market update was valuable to you. Again, Kyle Riedstrom, Midwest Invest Realty Group, brokered by Real.